Can you guys believe it? I cleaned up back here. Yo, what's up boys and girls, it's your boy Swolelax here, and I'm back at it again with another video. This time, something just a little bit different. Today, I had plans to release an actual discussion video, not just something that everyone else is doing today. Shocker. But leave it to KONAMI to mess up some plans and release something huge without any notice whatsoever. Of course, you and I gotta talk about this ban list, baby. It's not like you haven't seen this list already from a million other people. But this would be my first time looking at this list. I know it came out. I know one card that's on the list because it's on everyone's thumbnails. I've gone the entire day without looking at this ban list. In fact, I was so committed to that I had AT&T purposely cut off my internet at like 9 a.m. this morning. It was totally not inconvenient and definitely was planned. So with no more delay, I'm excited to look at this ban list. It's been all day. I have not seen it yet, so you and I are going to be experiencing this together. Let's go ahead and switch over to the browser screen. I have the list open. I've clicked it into a new tab. So it's in a new tab. We're gonna go on 3 deep breaths. 1, 2, 3, ban list. Okay, so effective February 7th. Okay, interesting. 2022. The next update will be in a few months. Okay, that kind of cracks me up because obviously Konami's like kind of sick of everyone being like, hey Konami, where's my ban list? It's October 17th or it's January 17th, blah, blah, blah. I guess they're just like, listen, you'll get it when you're gonna get it. No more dates. Interesting. Okay, so right off the bat, Arch Nemesis Protoss, whatever, screw him. It doesn't matter anymore. Ban, screw you. That's tight. That's so good. Oh my God. Already, that's a huge hit. Okay. So I'm already seeing another one on there too. I don't even have the capacity to look at that yet. So one of the biggest things inside of Sword Soul is that the fact that the deck was already so good, then add on Protoss to that as a searchable one of that locked your opponent out. I mean, the deck was very powerful and a lot of players didn't always have to go into it to win, but the fact that you just had that option available to you that was almost non-respondable is phenomenal. God, this card was so hard to deal with and made Sword Souls amazing. I tested that deck out for a little bit to see if I wanted to play it, and like 2 days into my testing, I was like, Protoss has to go. That deck's gotta go. Next on the forbidden list, Ava. Ava is huge. Oh my gosh. Okay, so even Ava, I think it was at maybe 1, maybe 2 copies last time. Yeah, it was limited. So Ava was interesting to me for a lot of reasons that it wasn't banned just before, because you could end on this big board, tribute it for cost, or tribute it off of Herald of Ultimateness, and then gain value getting your orange lights and etc. This card was pretty degenerate, and while Ultimateness is also still very powerful inside the deck, this is really good for them having to smartly use their negates and just won't be able to get free resources as they were previously, and then still advantage off that too. Like this card did enable some silly shenanigans. So Protoss and Ava, both really big hits. That's insane. Nothing else in the monsters though. So I don't know if I'm too upset about this. I guess we'll have to see for the extra decks. So we have Elder Entity Norton, and so nothing inside of the forbidden list for fusions. Colossus, you're still there. Link Monster Samorg. Yo, no Verte, just Samorg. Okay, so here's the thing about Samorg to me that was really interesting is that I built Bird Up, I was playing Bird Up, and I was playing Bird Up inside of Master Duel as well. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, you know, this deck's good, but like without Samorg, it's like not that good. It's like, it's still a very strong deck, has a lot of gas to it, but it's not like amazing, you know? But for sure though, with Samorg hit like this, absolutely forbidden, just completely banned. The best deck right now is for sure Sword Soul, unless we get some other hits. Man, yeah, Samorg, that's a really good one, especially because the targeting effect for it too made all the cards it brought out really, really impossible to deal with. So great solid hit. I think that's actually really cool, even though I just, purchased the deck and I was just building it myself and playing with it. I think this is a very solid hit. It makes the deck a little more fair, in my opinion. This card is insane. So Synchro Monsters, nada. XYZ's, nadas. Spell cards. Okay, so far inside the spell cards, we have nada. Okay, that's good for the Forbidden. So that means that we still have Fusion Destiny in the format somehow, some way. Let's see. Order! Oh, yo! Okay, so here's the really funny part about Order. we knew that order was going to be on this list, partially from everyone's YouTube thumbnails, and also because this is just like, I mean, this is obvious. This card had to go. It's been so long, and I keep on, like, all the cards that inside the Forbidden list, you're like, yeah, that card had to go. And it's good. They're finally addressing some actual issues inside of the game, and Imperial Order was just so unfun to play against. Like we mentioned before in our previous ban list video, that it was a lot of the cards that dealt with Order or went around Order, Order also dealt with. Yeah, cool, very cool. Not a lot to say. Should have been done like 10 years ago. Tight. Okay, so on to the limited cards from the Forbidden list. After everything we have here, we have Protoss, we have Ava, we've got Simorgh, Bird of Sovereignty, and then we also have Order. Really big hits. They're hitting all the top decks. This is crazy. Oh, wow. Whoa, a lot of limited. Astrograph Sorcerer, limited, was forbidden. That's going to be interesting. I think at 1, I don't know how much it's going to really do, but, you know, Triff is popping off. He's like, pendulums, going nuts. A Destrudo at 1. Okay. I don't know how I feel about that. Destrudo was pretty interesting. I mean, I guess we'll have to see. I don't know about that one. Hit me up in a month or so when people decide to break that card again. Fairy Tale Snow, also limited again. Whoa, Konami's really going for these powerful one-ofs. What the heck is going on with Fairy Tale Snow and Lunalight Tiger? Lunalight Tiger, Snow, and Destrudo, and Astrograph. So in my lifetime, I've seen all these cards be played at an extent, be broken at their extent, and now they're back. That's so crazy. I mean, it makes sense for Lunalight Tiger. Lunalight haven't really done a whole lot recently. And then Snow, I don't know the impacts of that. Someone's going to break that card. Pretty poorly designed. It's kind of what happens. And Destrudo is in the same way. Astrograph Sorcerer, Destrudo, Fairy Tale Snow, and Lunalight Tiger. Wow. Wow, what a list. Okay. Ooh, another hit to the Lyralust deck, and that's going to be Recital Starling. So Recital Starling being at 1, I think is actually a pretty decent hit too. So also what's funny, and inside my thinking of playing Bird Up, I was like, Simorgh would be a good hit. Maybe if you could potentially ban Recital Starling or limit it, because having those 2 cards and going into an F-Zero Utopic Draco Future, it was a really powerful on top of everything else that you could do with the deck. So having 1 is pretty good here. That means that you either have to make a different, you can only get 1 search, or potentially 2, because Cobalt Sparrow. And then this card, you get the second search. So now it's harder to go into your other combos, and you have to really extend further. Does it really hurt the deck? Not necessarily. I think you could feasibly play with 1, and then maybe put in Promenade as the second one officially now. But yeah, who knows? Okay, so let's go to a few new ones. Monster Gate Limited, Nito, and Pot of Desires. Ooh. Okay, I have much more to say about Pot of Desires than I do about Monster Gate. I don't understand Pot of Desires here. I do get the fact that it's pretty low cost for its amount of consistency, because you'd end up playing this card instead of combo decks or decks that ran a lot of multiple versions of a card, just so you could boost the consistency. You don't really care about banishing a lot, but this one it's hitting the consistency of a consistency card. So I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't know how I feel about it being limited. Semi-limited, I kind of get that a little more, but interesting choice of it being limited. Maybe once again, they only want this kind of cost to be once per duel effectively, but that's crazy. That's a weird hit for me. I don't know how I feel about that. Monster Gate, I don't think I feel one way or another about. Someone's gonna break that card, but right now I'm sure it's not gonna do a whole lot. Okay, so that's going to be it for the limiteds. We have a lot on here. And the big ones, I mean, I don't know, man. This is a crazy list so far. So many hits, Jesus. Okay, on to the semi-limits. Looks like they're doing it. They have a lot of semi-limits here. We have a Hero Lives to 2, baby. This card needs to go to 3, but 2 is okay. We'll take 2. I don't know why they're wanting to do just 2, but 2 is A-okay with ya boy. Hopefully that means that heroes are going to have a lot more consistency, and getting to Dark Law faster was the win condition and has been a win condition for so long. Fusion Destiny on to semi-limit. I dislike this. I think it needs to go to limited. As someone who plays heroes, and someone who likes Fusion Destiny and the engine of Fusion Destiny, to me this card makes no sense being semi-limited. You're still gonna play it. You're telling me I have to play less bricks in my deck to still get the same result? You're telling me I have to play one less brick in my deck? Okay. Like, did I miss something else on the list? Did I miss something that's forbidden of a monster? None of the Destiny heroes. So why do I care that this card's limited at 2? I guess semi-limited being that it's like okay, you don't always draw into it, so it hurts the consistency of pulling it, but I don't think that really matters. That doesn't really matter too much, I think, in my opinion. Same thing with Nadir Servant. Nadir Servant is also one of those cards. I hate it a little bit less than seeing Fusion Destiny at 2, but I think that card needed to go to 1. Whatever. Salamangreat Circle at 2 is also pretty pog. I think Hero Lives and Salamangreat Circle and Scapegoat, that card needs to be limited, but whatever. At 2 copies is pretty bonkers. Salamangreat Circle is a very nice addition, really boosting the consistency of Salamangreat. Once again, this card could go to 3, and I don't think anything would happen. I think things would be just totally fine, especially if you're keeping Gazelle at one copy. Now, if you had Gazelle to 2 copies here, plus Circle to 2 copies, then we're talking a different story. But wow, that's so, excuse me, that's so much. And Scapegoat was really strong, very much so for, I don't know, for early Link days and Link climbing. Right now, I think that certain decks can probably abuse this card, but overall, probably it's not going to be that good, if that makes any sense. Okay, moving on. We'll keep that in mind. Moving on, we have the now free from the ban list 3 copies per deck. We got Danger Nessie, kind of makes sense. Performer Pal, Skull Crobat Joker, makes sense. That card was, I think, at 2, right? And then we have Red Eyes, Darkness, Metal, Dragon. Cool. The big ones: Emergency Teleport, Raigeki, and Skill Drain. Oh no, Eldlik, no. Okay, so let's talk about the big one first. Skill Drain and Raigeki. I guess Emergency Teleport's also pretty good, but Emergency Teleport being at 3 is just okay as well. It's really good for getting out those psychic monsters for something like Virtual Worlds right now, or, you know, there's been some niche use with stuff like Ghost Ogre, being able to have an interruption on your opponent's turn. I think that's actually pretty cool. But Raigeki is also really sweet. It makes sense because a lot of cards do protect from destruction, and the fact that, you know, Dark Hole is also at 3, but I mean, Dark Hole also has that kind of drawback. Raigeki being at 3, I think this card's going to be played in a lot of side decks. Very much so. Very much so. Skill Drain. Skill Drain is pretty huge. So I stand by that this card either probably needed to be banned or stayed limited. Inside of something like Master Duel right now, we have Skill Drain at 3 copies, and it's a pain to deal with. Effectively, with Skill Drain being at 3 copies inside of this format, you are almost forced to have spell and trap removal inside of your main deck, which I don't know if I necessarily agree with, specifically because things like Skill Drain and things like Mystic Mine are in the game. 3 copies of both Mystic Mine and Skill Drain. That is worrisome to me, but I don't know. Maybe it won't do a whole lot. Maybe the decks that are already good will be able to play around it, and maybe Skill Drain is more or less going to be used to make trap and stun decks more powerful and allow more variations of control decks to be in the game. Maybe things like Raigeki is going to be really cool for combating decks that are primarily monster focused. I don't really know. This list is nutty. This list is incredible. I think they addressed a couple cards up here inside the forbidden section that probably needed to be there, especially IO. Screw you, see you later. And in the limited section, I think this was kind of cool to see them take cards off the list and even to add some new ones like Recital Starling and Monster Gate. But Pot of Desires, I don't know about that one, man. Fusion Destiny at 2, I don't know about that one, man. And then Skill Drain at 3, I don't know about that one, man. But maybe my thoughts on it will be more fleshed out here in the future or whenever I see more decks. Maybe this format's gonna be super sick and I'm gonna love it. Who knows? Well, man, this is gonna be a really big conflict because I wanted to play a lot of Master Duel coming up here, and I wanted to focus a lot on the Master Duel content and playing on that format. But now with this stuff in the TCG, I might have to get my hands dirty with a little bit of physical cards, you know what I'm saying? I think that's all I have to say about this. What do you guys think of the new ban list? Do you think they could have changed anything? Do you guys think they made the right choices? Let me know into the comment section down below. There's so much about this list. It's incredible. I'm sure we're gonna have more content and more videos in the next couple days discussing some of the implications of this ban list, but for now, wow. Wow, what can I say about wow? Anyways, I think that's all I have to say about this. What do you guys think about this new insane ban list? It's kind of crazy, not gonna lie. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'll be sure to read your guys' responses. In addition, if you guys like this video, make sure to leave it a like. And if you want to see more from me, please hit that subscribe button as it really does help support the channel. We're trying to make it to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so hopefully we can do so. Anyways, that's all I gotta say. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.